because yesterday was Friday. I had to make cake. So happy Saturday, everyone. Hello, Doug. Hello, Shar. Sitting at home watching the old guy on TV and my good side. Oh boy, we have got French dip on the menu tonight. Um, my brother Doug requested this one, and it got pulled out of the basket. So here we are. I did not use a tri-tip, which both of us, use, for French dip. But this time I decided to try a bottom round roast, which is also really good. And that's what I know. Soup was the side dish, so I'm gonna make a tomato basil. And I got some bread going here for the sandwiches. I just want to give it another, maybe 5 minutes or so, just to finish proofing a little bit. Then I'll play with it some and then put it in the oven. Maybe I'll just not mess with it and just put them right into the oven. I don't know. We'll see. Have we got anyone in the room?
Carol.
Hi, Carol. Down the street. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Hope you had a good week. It might be a little bit slow tonight. Just, it's after the holidays and people got stuff going on. Or a lot of people do anyway. So we'll see, if we have some folks popping in or not. That's okay.
Lisa and Wild Man are here.
Lisa.
How are you doing today?
Lisa, Wild Man, hello there. So it is French dip night. Tomato soup to go with it, tomato basil. And we made a beautiful, or I guess I made a beautiful peanut butter cake and chocolate cake last night for dessert today. So what it is, it's a regular 9-inch round, a regular whole cake of chocolate. So there's 2 layers of that, and then a single 9-inch pan of peanut butter cake that is wedged in the middle. Put a peanut butter frosting on the bottom of that center. The peanut butter cake and another nice layer of peanut butter frosting. The whole thing's covered with chocolate frosting. This is going to be a good cake. It is.
Meg Griffin's here.
Meg Griffin, happy Saturday to you.
Lisa and Wild Man asked how you're doing.
I'm doing all right. And for the most part, if I complained, really wouldn't help. So why bother, right? Okay. Yeah, just like 2 or 3 or 4 more minutes on these bread rolls. Like I said, I want them to finish proofing just a little bit more. They're looking good. They're about double. We'll see.
Lisa says, cool, let's eat it.
I'm gonna eat it. But I'm not gonna eat it raw.
I think she's talking about the cake.
I know, but I'm just playing. Guess I'll grab this other knife. My bread knife's over here. Alright.
Forgot to draw last week, so we'll draw twice today.
Yep, totally forgot. In fact, it was like, I don't know, we just signed off like 5 minutes or so, and then I said, I forgot to draw. And Mrs. Old Guy was like, that's right. So, well, it's like missing that stop sign. You'll stop twice at the next one. So, that's basically what I'm going to do is stop twice at this one and pick twice. So maybe I'll pick one now and another one at the end of the street. What do you think?
Sure. As long as we don't forget to pull another one.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. I don't know how well I'm trying at the moment because I'm doing this one. All right. Give it a turn. Pop it open. Didn't drop any. Whoa. That's new. All right. First draw of the evening. Should be the only draw, but it's not. All right. Strawberry cream cheese pancakes.
Wow.
Okay. This one comes from Travis, and I haven't seen Travis in quite a while. So, but regardless of that, it is in the basket, so I'm going to make it. So, next week, strawberry cream cheese pancakes. And of course, there'll be lots of good sides to go with that. I might even double it up. We'll see. All right, here you go.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, that one's over with.
Ronald's here.
Hi,
Because
Ronald.
That's my birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. You don't really want me to sing, I can promise you. Well, maybe you do want me to sing. I can't promise what I don't know, so. Going crazy tonight, and I'm going to drink 7-Up. All right. These bread rolls are looking really nice. See those okay?
Pretty well.
Good, good. So I don't normally do this with bread rolls like this, but I think this time I'm going to go ahead and give them an egg wash, but with reason, and you'll see the reason here in a minute. So will Mrs. Old Guy, because this is a surprise to her. Not that it's a surprise; it's just something she didn't know that I was going to do. Not so much a surprise, really. She might not even be surprised. She might go, well, that's not a surprise. That possibility exists. Okay, that'll work. Gonna rinse it off because that's how I roll, at least right now anyway. Okay? So, I'm going to give these a little split down center here. Doesn't have to be super deep. Okay, just a little score. Score! Give it a brush with this egg wash. Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Bet it will.
Yum, yum, yum. And of course the surprise ending here coming up. I think I already went through that. I don't know if it's a surprise or not. But I know this is probably a surprise to her already because I didn't say anything about even putting egg wash.
You know?
But got a nice bag of poppy seeds.
Ah.
So we're going to go ahead and put poppy seed on top of this. And that egg wash is going to hold it down real good.
Right on.
I'm not going to go sparingly. I want a fairly good taste of this poppy seed. going to be delicious. Poppy seed rolls. Ooh, yeah. Slide this forward. The oven open. Let's bake some bread. I'm going to give those about, let's say 20 minutes to get started, and then I'll check it from there. Okay. Next thing's next. I'm going to get tomato soup going too. Put this stuff over here.
Lisa says, Tom, do you have steak and eggs for dinner sometimes?
I have, sure. It's been a while since I had steak and eggs for dinner, but I have. We do eat breakfast for dinner sometimes. Like sometimes we'll have like an eggs Benedict or pancakes and that kind of stuff. But I guess that's a yes. That is a yes. So I'm going to start this soup off with a little bit of scallion, and I'm going to get this finely minced. Pretty much want it to disappear. Just want the flavor. Okay. And I'm gonna duck in about 2 tablespoons of some butter. What the heck? Let's put the whole thing in, huh? Guess I'll pull the skin off of it, though.
Might be better that way.
It might be. It's a lot less chewy, that's for sure. Set that aside since I'm going to go ahead and chop this one up too. This is going to be really tasty. I think I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I just love French dip sandwiches, so all this to go with it is just going to be like frosting on the cake, so to speak. Okay. Put that back on the heat. Okay, those can start to cook up a little bit. I've got the tomatoes here. I already kind of blanched them so I could get that skin off real easy. Save a little bit of time here. Just going to kind of crush that in. Yeah. This should make a couple of bowls a piece. Definitely can have it tomorrow, so.
Yep. So is good.
Oh yeah. Alright. Get that heat turned back up a little bit. Tomato soup, tomato basil, one of my favorites to make, but I really like to use fresh basil. But I forgot to buy some when I was at the store. And I really don't want to drive to go get basil, especially when it's been snowing most of the day. And it's just probably better to stay home. Even though the road is just wet now. It wasn't earlier.
No, there was snowpack most of the day.
Yep. Put that back in No, pick it up. Keep track of what I'm doing here.
Shelves and it smells good.
Does. Guess I forgot to peel that one. It's alright.
Mhm.
Peeled in my hand. Get this stuff off. So how's the weather for all you guys? Lisa, Wild Man, is it snowing where you're at? How about, who else here? Ronald?
Yep. Meg?
Meg? Yep. Well, she's over in the UK.
Uh,
Well, it still might be snowing.
yeah.
Definitely is here. Okay. Let me get this out of the way.
Lisa says it's snowing in Ohio now.
Yep. I wondered about that. The year or so that I stayed with my brother in, let's see, it was near Bowling Green. I remember quite a bit of snow. Mainly because he had a really long driveway and he had to get out to go to work. So he didn't have to leave that day, but he did the next. And it was a 110-foot driveway with snow drifts probably chest deep over most of it. So yeah, it took us a whole day to dig it out. That was not a fun time.
Carol said you should have hollered. I have some fresh frozen basil.
It's okay. I mean, the only way I could really do it now would be to look for you out the window. It's not worth it. You don't have to bring none over. I will use the dry that I got, but I did hydrate it a little bit, so that's going to sort of help. It smells like basil, and that's the good part.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this going there. So, we are having French dip. What are you guys having? Lisa, Wild Man, Ronald, Carol, what are you guys having? Okay.
Doug and Char are having boneless chuck roast with potatoes and carrots and onions for their dinner, and probably vanilla or chocolate ice cream for dessert.
Nice. Well, that sounds good.
And she said no snow and cloudy and 35 degrees.
Well, it's not snowing right this minute, but it was just up until a few minutes ago. And we're going to hit below zero tonight, I think. The high today was like 30 something, 31 or something. It was like 22 degrees when we walked the dogs this morning. All right, so we got some freshly cracked black pepper. Get that in here. Crank that up.
Lisa said the wild man's tired of shoveling snow.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's that's one thing we don't get. Well, I can't say we don't get, but not always do we get a lot of snow. Most of the time it falls higher up. You know, every now and then we'll get a big one, but most of the time the snowstorms around here are somewhere between 3 to 6 or 8 inches. You know, not a whole lot, really.
was like 3 or 4 years ago, we had almost 4 feet though.
Oh yeah. Sometimes we'll get 2 or 3 big snowstorms right next to each other, and yeah, we'll end up with 3 or 4 feet of snow. There's been a couple of times where there was so much snow that I had to dig a place in the yard for the dogs to have a place to go to the bathroom.
Yep. Snow almost as high as the fence back then.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken stock here. All right, I'm gonna just let that simmer for a few minutes. Good. All right, I guess I'm gonna play with some ajou for just a minute now. In here, this is some broth from I made a cross. Let's get it right. I made a beef shank French onion soup a couple of days ago, and I froze some of the some of the broth from that to add to the au jus. This is it's coming out from last night. Oh, look at the color of that. That is beautiful.
Lisa said that they had hot chicken soup and crackers today.
Well, chicken soup is a good thing to have this time of year. That is for sure. Okay, so there's our the au jus. It's cold right now. That's okay. And I've got. Now this isn't something that I don't think you would have to do. I mean, I know I don't have to do this, but I like to. I've got a couple of packs of unflavored gelatin, and I'm going to bloom this in some cold water. Get a little cold water mixed in, and I'll give it about 2 or 3 minutes or so. Give it a chance to bloom. Then I'm going to mix it into that au jus. And when it's hot, it's going to give that au jus a real nice mouthfeel, plus it'll help it stick to the meat when I dip it. So, ooh, that smells really good. Turn that way down here. All right. Well, so far we're doing pretty good. There's about 7 minutes left on those rolls, at least before I check them. That's a good thing. Let me get this put away. That was easy, huh? Mm-hmm. I don't know, for those of you that watch or have not seen or know, there is a episode 5 of the George and Pudgy World Tour. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, please do. And tonight, as a matter of fact, shortly after the stream, we will be recording more George and Pudgy episodes. So coming out real soon. Next 2 or 3 weeks, you should start to see new episodes rolling out. Yahoo!
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Enjoy doing it. Okay, let's see. That looks okay. Oh yeah, that's bloomed out real nice. It's almost like rubber. That's fine. Drop that in. Alright. We're going to let Chef Mike take care of this. Oh, let's just go with 2 minutes to start, and I'll kind of go 2-minute increments. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too much longer. Didn't eat much food today in preparation for this tasty treat. I do need that back now that I think about it. I want to use it to cut my roast. Go figure that, would you? All right. 5 minutes. Yeah.
That's good.
Things are rolling along pretty quickly. So, yay and stuff. This is kind of the in-between time, where there's not a lot to do other than just kind of stand here. I mean, I could, I guess, start to slice some of this beef, but I'm not going to. It's not time.
Lisa says, hey Tom, I watched your show last night but didn't have a cell phone. So sorry I didn't get to talk to you for a while.
Oh, that's okay. I appreciate that, and yeah, that's okay. You know, I'm glad that you were able to watch. So, you know, interaction is fun too. You know, when we can chat back and forth. But you know, just the fact that you tuned in, thank you very much. Speaking of such, I never asked this, but if you guys would, please hit that thumbs up for me. I guess it's supposed to help. We'll see. Really good. As I thought, not even close. Give it 2.5 minutes this time. I want it pretty close to boiling, but not quite there. Because it's going to be a few minutes before I'm ready to use the au jus to finish, to warm the beef and to make the sandwiches. So they got to come out of the oven. They got to cool down for a few minutes. Then I got to cut it open. I like to toast the inside just a little bit. So I'll have to turn the broiler on. It'll take a few minutes. So it's going to be a few yet before dinner is ready. So hope you guys aren't too hungry. It's going to be a minute. So, Ronald, what are you having for food? Wildman Lisa said they had chicken soup. Yeah, is that right? And we had chicken and rice, chicken stew, I guess, over rice last night for dinner, and what was left over on toast today. It's just one toast with a little bit.
Carol said I watched the Dessert Friday today. He loved it.
Ah. You got your just desserts on Saturday, huh? Your Friday just desserts? It didn't roll off the tongue like I thought it would. A lot of things happen that way. All right, I guess I don't need this anymore. This is cooked up enough to where I think I'm gonna. Not plugged in? Let me try that again.
Okay.
Let's get this tomato soup. It was just perfect. We got these tomatoes and there was however many that was that I just used in a marked down bag of produce.
Yep.
And that's perfect because I'm making soup out of it. You know, they might have been a little bit soft for like salad or something else, but just right for making soup. they're super cheap. So. All right. Unplug this. I'm going to give this a quick rinse. That cleans up real nice. Alright. So, alright, there's that 20 minutes. Oh my goodness. Let me get something on the table here. Show y'all just how beautiful these turned out. Where'd the other one go? Guess I'll pull it off of here. There we go. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful?
Looks delicious.
Soup is looking good. I'll add some heavy cream to that here in a few minutes. I want that to kind of cook out. Let some of the moisture, some of the water cook out.
Lisa said Wild Man had country fried steak last night.
Oh, I love country fried steak.
Yep, yum.
It's one of my favorite dinners, especially when we're on the road. For some reason, I just get I don't know, kind of a craving for chicken fried steak with a decent, country gravy on it. I really hate going to a place and getting a country gravy that's just made from a package. I mean, that's just incredibly lazy. I'd rather pay 50 cents more to get one that's made with milk.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think, Wild Man? Is it the same for you? Don't like packaged gravy? Any kind of packaged gravy. I don't like turkey, pork,
Yep.
brown gravy, any of those. I don't like them. Not even a little bit. Same thing goes with instant potatoes. Instantly bad. Now let's get these rolls on a cooling rack. This turned out really nice. I'm sure it's going to have a real nice texture. All right. We're moving along.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that these rolls came out pretty decent. Get these hung back up, yeah. At least the ones that I can see in front of me. Oh, I dropped my towel. Oh, there's one that I dropped. Let's hang this one up too. All right. Whew. That is hot and very hard work.
Carol said I had country fried steak from a restaurant and it was hollow.
That's horrible. We went to a place down by Four Corners, Colorado, in the town of Cortez. A little place, mom and pop shop, and that's what we look for when we want to go someplace for food. We generally stay away from the chain foods like IHOP or Denny's or stuff like that. Unless it's just a matter of convenience, we really don't go. But this one particular place that we went to in Cortez, I was so disappointed. I mean, the first thing on the menu when you open it up said that their house specialty was the country fried steak. And I was like, yes, I want that. And it was absolutely horrible. I mean, talk about disappointment. And the thing is, it's not rocket science to make a decent chicken fried steak. Or country steak, as depending on how you say it. But disappointment was definitely there.
Lisa says, right on, Tom. I like dirt gravy. Get my drift? Carol said Denny's.
Denny's. Now, I have eaten at Denny's. If I had to make my choice between one like Perkins, Denny's, IHOP, what else is there?
Can't think right now.
Yeah, IHOP or Denny's. Anyway, Village Inn.
Yes.
I would go to Denny's most times if that was the kind of food I was looking for. I would definitely go to Denny's. That brings up a kind of a fun little memory. One of my first jobs was working at Denny's. It was a graveyard shift. And I was just a busboy. It was my first day on the job. Everything was going okay. Like I said, it was the graveyard shift. And the waitress, one of the waitresses kind of, warned me about what could happen when the bar closes. All the drunk guys come in and order up food. So it was sure enough, started around 1:30, and from 1:30 till about 2:30 it got pretty busy. And one guy, Denny's had a couple of just really small booths, pretty much just big enough for one person on either side of where the bus station was. So this guy was sitting there, and I couldn't tell just by him sitting there if he was intoxicated or not. My guess is that he was. And when the waitress brought his hamburger out, I was just picking up a bus tray full of dishes and carrying it back to the dishwasher, where I paused for a couple seconds, picked up another bucket, empty bus bucket, and went out there, and that guy was just finishing stuffing that burger down his throat. So, I mean, it maybe a minute and a half. Maybe. And, well, without being graphic, I'm just going to say there was a big mess I had to clean up. So that was my introduction to the bar rush, and about between 3 and 4:30 or 5, it was pretty dead, not much to do. So that's when they instructed me to wipe down all the seats and the top, like where the corner booths met, they had that top area there, so wipe all that down. And while I was doing that, I looked up in the corner and I saw this little box about that tall and about that wide, kind of up in the corner, and I noticed that it was dusty. So I stood up on that back corner of the booth, and it came to just about right here, just about eye level. Right when I reached up to wipe it, I got a shot in the face. It was some kind of repellent of some sort that would, like, maybe 2 times a day, give a quick little psh, and I guess it would help keep flies down and add aroma to the restaurant, like not aroma, but kind of cleared the air. So I don't know, but all I know is I got it right square in the face. So, that was my first date.
Lisa said Bob Evans as one of the chains.
Bob Evans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never been one. I don't think they have them here. I've heard of them, but I don't think they have them here in Colorado. They used to have Big Boys here in Colorado too. I don't think they have them anymore. I think they've all gone by the wayside.
Carol said that's where her hollow steak was from. Denny's.
Denny's, her hollowed steak. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I've been to Denny's and ordered like a French dip. And I absolutely hate when I get old beef. It just, it's so bad. And it leaves that lingering taste in your mouth. It's just horrible. So when I order French dips at places, I do it pretty skeptically. It's like, ooh, should I or shouldn't I? Like there was a place down in town near, I don't know, about a month or so ago. It was on Veterans Day when they offered a free meal to veterans. So veterans and their spouse, which was really nice. So we both got, went in and had a free meal. And I ordered the French dip, and I'm glad it was free because it really wasn't very good. I've had worse, like a lunch that I had with my brother a few years back. It was pretty bad French dip. In fact, everybody had bad food. So, but I'm not going to go into that one. This looks really good. Go ahead and add some heavy cream. It's heavy. Let's see what that looks like. A little bit more. Okay.
Carol says they have Bob Evans potatoes in the meat department in our city market. Yummy.
Yeah, maybe that's where I've seen Bob Evans stuff.
That could be Crazy Food Crews here.
Hey, Tim. Oh, Crazy Food Crew. Boy, we got most of the crew here. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm just about ready to start cutting this roast to make these French dips. I do want to get a little spoon here somehow. Give this soup a taste, just see if it needs some salt or whatever. Yep, just a little bit of salt. Where did I put it? And a little bit of kosher. I'll add that little bit there and we'll see how that does it. Other than that, it tastes pretty good. I might add a little bit more pepper as well. Yes, beep, beep, beep. Mr. Jus. I'm lost right now, so just bear with me. All right, let's see this. That's pretty good. It ain't the best, but it's pretty good. I am going to add another little pinch. It's right in front of me. A little pinch of the black pepper. Okay. And let that sit for a few, and I'll start cutting some meat, I guess. This is a bottom round, and I hope I pulled it out at about a medium rare, which it looks like I did. All right. Let's get to cutting. It's the only thing that really, well, I'd say that's the only thing that really takes time, but that's not true. In order to get a nice thin slice like this, I had to cook it last night, get it cold. So I guess this is probably the quicker part of it. That is a perfect color. That is just what I wanted. After a few seconds in the au jus, it still should be just a tiny bit rare, so it'll probably be like a medium well.
YT Dark Gaming is here.
YT Dark Gaming.
It says looking good, chef.
Oh, hey, thank you. And you know, I don't think I've seen you in your room before. If I have, I apologize, but the name doesn't ring a bell. So welcome. We're making French dip, and yeah, I'm glad you're here. This is what I do on Saturdays. I cook the food that people have requested.
Yep.
And I decide that by pulling the said dinner out of a basket. There's a bunch of them, so not a bunch of baskets, but a bunch of requests. So welcome. Just out of curiosity, where are you from? I don't need anything other than just a general area, you know. Like to know, we've got folks that come in from Australia, New Zealand, one or two folks that live in the UK. So it's always nice to know where everybody is at. All right, I think we're about there.
Tim says one of my favorites. I always get the French dip from Arby's.
Yep, French dip is really good. I used to get it from Arby's, but I don't know if they changed something with the au jus mix that they got, but there's something about it that I don't care for. Which is unfortunate because it's a cheap, easy way to get a French dip.
YT Dark Gaming is from Ohio.
Ohio. Well, you have company. Lisa and Wildman and Tim with Crazy Food Crew. They are in Ohio as well. How about that? Well, I don't know. Is that Nate? I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to get this au jus really nice and hot. Okay, really nice and hot. What a stupid term. It's really nice and hot. How do you know it's nice? What if it's hot and angry or mean? That's a nice salad. No, it's not. It's angry. And it's one of the meanest salads I think I've ever seen. It bit me. Like I said, I want to get this au jus really hot.
Cheryl says, hey Tom, I'm 3 doors down.
Yes, you are. Funny.
Whitey wants to know how is it down there in Colorado?
It is cold. It has been snowing a good part of the day. It's not now, so yeah, it's in the 20s and 30s today. It'll be below zero tonight. How about you? Are you getting snow in your area of Ohio? I think Lisa and the Wild Man and the Crazy Food Crew, I think they're up in the Akron vicinity. Ohio's a pretty good sized state, so. All right. Let me cut this bread here. I'll get it toasted. Oh, this is going to be nice. I'm going to eat two. I know this old guy's good for one.
Whitey Dark Rainy Gaming says, yep, cold and snow, and it's snowing right now.
Yep.
Carol said cold with the blue ice face.
Yeah, it's one of the things about winter. It tends to do that. Get cold and snowy. Go figure. But I guess not in all places, yeah. In Hawaii right now it's probably, in the 70s or something. All right.
Tim says we got hit with snow about 4 inches.
No, that's not a whole lot. That's about what we get here. Averages, 4 to 6. Sometimes it's more. Most of the times it's less.
It is slightly snowing out there.
Is it's picked up again? Oh, yep, just a little
A
bit.
little bit.
Yeah, you wouldn't even consider it a sprinkle if it was rain. It's just barely snowing. All right. Let me get this rack out of the way. We are just about there, Mrs. Old Guy.
Awesome.
We are almost ready to have some French dip sandwiches. What do I want to get? I want to get some tongs. Well, I'm glad they were just right there instead of making me dig through that. Okay, is just a small plate good for you?
Yep.
Okay. Grab a couple things that I need and I'll slide this table back after I pull the bread out from under the broiler. I want to get it a little bit toasty. I haven't tasted the au jus, although I'm pretty positive it's going to be good just like it is. Very tasty. Let's take a look at these. Yep, let's not burn them off. Yeah, let's not burn them. Close. A little dark on the very edge, and that's okay. I can live with that. I hope you can too, Mrs. Old Guy. Alright, so we're going to get this meat in here.
Whitey says, how long have you been a cook for, man? I would love for you to be my chef.
I've been at it for quite a while. Yeah, longer than I want to admit. Yikes! Well, the poppy bread, the poppy rolls turned out really nice. I'm surprised how good they looked. Okay. That's what happens when I gotta do a pile of dishes after the street. I'm trying to do this stuff, and I always end up with a huge pile of dishes. So I tried to keep up on it if I can. All right, let's get some soup in here. Tomato basey. We'll do that twice. How about that? Okay. A couple of bowls of soup there. And imagine this meat is done. Yummy. Let's shake that off a little bit. The one thing about using this bottom round is there isn't a lot of fat on it, so
Yay.
and yet it's still fairly tender. Okay. And let me get a ramekin here to put some au jus. Now, you might want to go grab that salt and pepper.
Okay. Don't put a lot of jus in them.
Well, use what you will. Okay, well, I guess before I pass that off too far, I'll give you guys somewhat of a look at this French dip sandwich. Am I holding that about right?
Let's see here. Yep.
Get a good turn around on it.
Yum.
Okay. I don't know. I can't tip the soup for you to look at. If you saw it on the table, is my guess. That's
It's kind of see it as you pass it by there.
okay. And grab a couple of spoons wherever I put them. Right. I just grab 2 spoons. Here. Okay. I'm not here, guys. Planet 14. That's where they keep the food. Oh. Looks good. A little bit of the age. Okay. Slow that up just a tad. Go ahead and grab these. Got a little coffee going here that I haven't drank yet, so it's probably going to be lukewarm at the best.
Carol says, where are your dipping bowls? Crazy Poo Poo says, looks good.
The dipping bowls are these white ramekins, usually reserved for souffles and pudding, things of that nature. Oh, let's put just another little piece of meat. Let's put another piece of meat on there. Oh, that's better. Looks good. All right.
Carol says, wow.
First bite. Mm. 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 That's really good. Do you need a napkin, Mrs. O'Day?
No, I'm okay.
That's really good.
It is.
That's a nice sandwich. And let's give it another try here. Yep. The poppy seeds on that roll really made a nice difference. Soup is good.
Lisa says, hey Kim, give me some hot rice. And Debbie McGee says, I wrote too much, so glad to hear you.
Well, hello, Debbie. I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday. We are enjoying this delicious French dip and this homemade tomato basil. That's really nice. It goes really good with the sandwich and the fact that it's cold outside. Soup is always a good thing to have.
Yep.
Oh, this is good.
Au jus is good.
Au jus is good. Yep. It's really, really good.
Debbie says, yummy food for the cold.
Oh yeah, perfect food. Have you guys been getting snow in your area, Debbie? I think I heard on TV or something, or not TV, but on the internet that your area of the state was picking up some snow. But I didn't know if it was farther east or if it was up there on, up against the Front Range. Just curious. Super tasty. That's got a really nice flavor.
Yeah, it does.
The bottom round roast generally make a pretty nice French dip, provided you cut it the right way. Cut it going the wrong way, and you're going to end up with some chewy meat. I'm going to have a drink off the old 7-Up. Excuse me. It's just about time for me to make another sandwich. This is going down real nice. That is really, really good. You don't see poppy seed rolls as much as you used to. To be honest, I think it's mostly because of the drug testing. I mean, you will get a positive test if you eat a lot of poppy seeds. That's not a good thing. Some people could lose their jobs over that.
Yeah. That wouldn't be good.
Nope. So they're not quite as popular as they used to be. I'm not saying they don't have them. They do.
Tim said the snow belt got hit really good with snow. We got a little snow, not too much, but enough. The other day was like 5 degrees the whole day. Brr.
Mm-hmm. We've got weather like that, like pretty much now.
Yeah.
It's snowing again, and the weather or the temperature is just going to continue to drop now. I'm not sure how much below zero they said it's going to get tonight. I think 5 is what was forecast.
For like the next 4 nights, it's going to get below 0.
And that's not something that always happens here. At least not to any real degree. There might be 1 or 2 days over the winter that we get below 0. But every now and then, we'll run into like a week or so.
YT says, have you made chipotle sour cream rice steak in green peppers and jack cheese? That should be your next recipe.
Write it down. Release the body of it. So, and who said that?
YT Dark Gaming.
Mr. Gaming, sir. How this is going to work is Miss Old Guy is going to write that down right now on a slip of paper. Then I'm going to fold it up and I'm going to add it to the basket of other food requests or other dinner requests. And you never know. You might get lucky and it might get drawn tonight. Or it could get drawn next week or the week after. And that's kind of the fun of it, really. But I try to keep 2 weeks ahead of time so that people have time to see what's coming up. And if it's one that they requested and they really want to watch, well, that gives them the notice. And I'm going to make myself another sandwich. That was just too good not to. Still steaming hot. Oh, yummy. Is there any more? Nope. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
What have we got again? I want to take a look. Chipotle sour cream rice steak with green peppers and jack cheese. Now, is that like all one thing, or is like the green peppers and pepper jack? Is that like a side dish that goes with that? I'm just curious. Because usually what I'll do is I'll take the entree that's written down, and then for that particular week, well, for every week, there is a vote where you can vote for the side dish that you would like to see go with that dinner, and you also get a vote for the dessert that you would like to see after that dinner.
Yep.
So, and I usually get that up fairly quickly. Most of the time I'm done, I have it up either on Saturday evening or Sunday. And that's kind of how that works. So if any part of that is intended as a side dish, please let me know. And I can just add that side dish to the voting that week, and if it gets voted in, that's what we're going to do. It's kind of how this rolls, because we've got a lot of requests for different side dishes to go with dinners, and sometimes that made it a little more difficult.
Yeah.
You know, so we just decided that we'll put the side dishes up for vote.
Carol says we've been getting up to 20 degrees, but a little windy.
Mm-hmm.
She said, be sure to let your horse in. and Dirt Gaming said, cool, and he says all in one.
Okay, great. Well, I like the fact that you requested it, which means hopefully that you'll be around. And I also like the fact that it's something that I've never made before. And that's really nice. It's one of the fun things that I like about doing these Saturday streams is it's definitely taken us out of the doldrums of the same old thing. Well,
Yeah.
you know, what's for dinner? At least on Saturdays we get that variety, and there has been several things that I've never made before. A good example of that would be the Berea tacos.
Yeah.
I'd never made them before, but oh boy, were they good! So I appreciate the suggestion. I really do.
Joshua's here.
Hey Joshua, happy Saturday. How's things out in Florida?
Whitey says, also a side dish is some taco soup, and then he says, in a dessert is a cranberry pie.
Okay, yeah, we can write them down. I love like chicken tortilla soup or beef tortilla soup. Yum. There's a lot of fun. The one thing I like about doing soups is, with rare exceptions, or a few exceptions, I should say, you can play with soup a lot. There's a lot of leeway with what you can do with any particular soup. Like earlier this week, for instance, when I made Mrs. Olguy and I a beef shank French onion soup, absolutely delicious. Having that beef shank in there, just was a bonus. And so yeah, really like to make things that I've never made.
Silly girl, you don't get mine. No.
The cake that I made yesterday will be making its presentation here shortly. I was a little apprehensive about it this morning when I was getting it frosted, but it actually turned out okay. A cake decorator, I am not. I can bake a cake. I can bake it from scratch even, but don't ask me to decorate it and make it look nice. I'll smear some frosting on it, and that's about as good as it's going to get.
Joshua says, not bad. We're in the low 50s now. How about you?
Upper 20s, lower 30s.
Maybe.
Snow.
Below zero at night.
Yep. We've had, for those of you that do not know, I'm not even sure if I mentioned it before or not, but Mrs. Olguy have our own particular slang word for snow. Well, words, I guess, because it's not just one, but we call it white mildew. So this is white mildew season, and we don't like it.
Carol told Joshua that it's sunbathing weather at his place.
Yeah. No kidding. Compared to here.
Dry cells here.
Hi, Sel. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome. I guess Polly came up and laid at my feet.
She wants some next.
You want a little piece of beef there, little girl? Polly. Here. You want that? Oh boy, yummy.
He's looking like, what does she get?
Yeah.
I want some.
Well, I'm not going to give him that particular piece. Just because it's got a lot of peppercorns on it. But I'll thin slice him a little piece here. He's my boy. Give him that little piece of beef there. He won't mind a bit. It's only got a little bit of salt and pepper on it, and what I gave him probably doesn't have much of either. But
Yum.
yummy. Coming up on the weekend of February 1st, which is a Saturday, we will not be here. There will not be a stream that night. We should be in the Las Vegas area on that day. So keep fingers crossed, because it really depends on the weather as to if we get to go or not. I'm not going to fly. We plan on going to California, and Vegas is the Vegas area is the stop on our list. Got some friends there we want to visit. So kind of keep that in your little Hallmark reminder that old guy ain't going to be here in a couple of weeks or so.
Wait, he says, what do you think about that fire bin going on? And then he says, I heard they have the dude in custody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do I think about the fires? I think it's horrific, and it's hard to even begin to imagine what it's going to be like for the cities that burned to a crisp, and all the people, where they lost their houses, and some people lost their lives. People lost their businesses. Yeah, it's sad. It's very sad.
It says people, houses are burned, and the fire in cars.
Yep. Even the fire departments have had some losses. I was watching some live stream last night. They were up on some ridge, and fire came up on them so quick they had to abandon some stuff and just run. And so they had, some of their fire equipment burn up. It's just making a bad situation even worse. So yeah, I feel sorry for them, and I sure hope that they get it under control before it destroys too many other people's, livelihoods and just their lives. So it's not good.
Carol says, with all that fire, I was wondering about Cal and Deb's vacation.
Well, we want to go to California. We have friends that I've been wanting to see. Fortunately, they live in an area that has not been affected. But that being said, it's kind of depend on the general state of things. If things are just a madhouse, which they may well be, with however many hundreds of thousands of people displaced by the fires.
Yeah.
It may not be a time to go. And if that's the case, then we'll probably just end up going to the Las Vegas area, and hopefully our friends in California can kind of meet us there. So
Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah, so that's kind of a secondary plan if we have to, but we'll see. We the place that we got to stay is right on the beach, just at the end of Venice Beach, where Santa Monica Beach starts. You can see the pier from our hotel, so it's just like maybe a mile away from where we're staying.
Yeah.
So
We have time to cancel if we need to.
yeah, if we have to, we'll cancel, but I hope not, because I'd really like to see my friends and get a chance to. It'll be my birthday weekend, the 31st, the 31st, which is that Friday. We hope. I'd like to spend that in a warm climate. I've never had a warm birthday. It's always been freezing freaking cold out. Even when I was in the military. Oh, really? Yeah, really, because I was in Germany and they get just as cold or colder.
Tim wants to know, you gonna do some gambling in Vegas?
Probably not. I'm not a gambler. The most I've ever done as far as gambling, just playing poker with the guys. One visit that Mrs. Old Guy and I took to Vegas, I sat at a Hold'em table, Texas Hold'em, and it was then I realized that I don't know enough about it. I really don't. There were terms that people were using that I had no understanding of, and it made it just, I don't know, it made it uncomfortable. So, do you need some water, Chumley? Hang on, folks. Let me get you some water there, buddy. Hang on.
Carol says, glad your friends are okay. Yeah, us too.
Yeah, so far they've been out of harm's way, but and I hope it continues. Give my doggy some fresh water.
Tim says, nice, I hope you have a great trip.
Well, thank you. So do I. It's I'd really like to have a warm birthday for once. We had originally planned to go to Hawaii, but the price of airline tickets really skyrocketed, so that kind of put a hold on that plan for a little while. All right, take my last couple of bites of sandwich, finish my soup, and we'll start rocking on some of that cake.
Carol says, is that pop here? Pierre? P-I-A-R?
Here? Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you say?
She says, is that pop here? P-I-E-R.
Pier. What? Pop?
Maybe this, I guess.
I don't have any idea what she's talking about. I'm sorry, Carol. I don't know. That bread has a really nice texture against that au jus.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah. Really nice. Hey, Chumley. Come here. Come here.
Go see Daddy.
Come here, Chum Chum. Here him goes. Here him goes. Come here, Chum Chum. You want this? Look. Come on, Chum. Come on.
Polly's ready.
Come on. Come here. Here him goes.
Go see Daddy.
Come on. Well, come on.
Go see Daddy.
Chumley, come.
Give it to Polly.
Come on. Come here. It's a bribe. Come on. Give me a kiss. Come here. Come on. Give me a kiss. Come on. Chumley, come up here and give me kisses. Come on. Come on. Oh. I guess. Just trying to get him up to give me a kiss.
Joshua says yummy. Now he wants more.
Of course he does.
Says that was yummy, Daddy.
Rare roast beef. Wow. Yum.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was really tasty. I enjoyed that tremendously. And now, cake time.
Yay.
I'll be out of sight for a second, guys, while I grab it.
Holly said, what? Cake? I'll sit pretty for that.
Cake. Cake. This thing weighs like 30 pounds.
Big cake.
It is.
Tim says, not to change the subject, but Ohio Buckeyes are playing Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the national championship today.
Well, that's cool. Well, I hope they win.
Joshua says we're having pizza for dinner with 2 types of pepperoni, sausage, and bacon.
Yum. I'm a big time pizza lover. Well, I had my own pizzeria for a while, so I guess that you don't own a pizzeria without loving it. Oh. I'm not sure I can get that. That first one's always hard to pull out. Let's see.
Earl said I would say moo.
Yeah.
Would.
Okay. Well, here you go, Mrs. Old Guy. New fork.
Thank you.
I'll give folks a peek. So there you have it. Chocolate, peanut butter, cake. Chocolate cake on the top and bottom. Peanut butter cake in the center. Peanut butter frosting in the center. Chocolate frosting on the outside. Doesn't that look amazing? Yum. Alright. Let's see how well the cake turned out. First bite. Let's make sure I get some of both peanut butter and chocolate.
Jessica says, hi, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Now can I grab a Diet Coke from your fridge?
You bet. Help yourself, and then we got plenty of meat and au jus left for your French dip. And this beautiful chocolate peanut butter cake. It's delicious. Yeah, it's really nice. The cake itself turned out really good. It's got a good crumb to it. but it's not dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and moist. Mm-hmm.
Rachie says looks bomb.
Oh, it's
Crazy Food Crew says I have some peach and apple strudel for dessert tonight.
ooh, that sounds good too.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, man.
Joshua says that's a yummy cake right there.
Oh, buddy. You said it right. That's a really nice cake.
Jessica says the cake looks totally perfect and looks delicious at it.
Oh, it is really good. Kind of surprised myself because I've made tons of chocolate cakes, but this is the first time I ever made a peanut butter cake. And I'm really surprised how well it turned out. Did you see that, guys? It jumped right off of my fork. It said, "No, don't!" And I said, "Yes, yes, I will."
Joshua says that's a glass of milk kind of cake.
Big time.
Carol says, yep, amazing.
Coffee, maybe some coffee,
Yep.
which I'm drinking. Some
Cold coffee.
pretty cold, yeah. And there's only like maybe a couple of sips left, but I'll tease it. I'll nurse it like a drunk at the bar.
Jessica wants to know how the fur babies are doing.
You're doing good. They're doing very good. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but you said Jessica. Yeah. I'm sure you remember, or maybe you don't, the incident we had with Polly this last spring when she jumped out of the car window after another dog. I'm pretty happy to let you folks know that she is 100% recovered from that. So,
Yep.
for the longest time, she had a pretty good sized knot on the upper part of one hip, and but after several months of taking it easy with her on some walks, some massages, some
No running.
right, no, not letting her run, giving her some anti-inflammatory stuff. It took about 6 months or so, but she finally, that knot is no longer there. Her muscles finally relaxed back into, where it should be, and now she runs, and guess what? She doesn't limp and she's not in pain. So yeah,
Carol told her that they just got treats.
they did. They each got a little piece of my roast beef. Couple of them now. Wow. It's almost like eating a cake, Reese's.
It was really good.
That is exceptional. I'm glad I decided to make it this way instead of making a peanut butter chocolate cake that's the mixed, peanut and chocolate. Yeah, I'm doing it this way. Yeah. Oh man, I'm really savoring this. This is delicious. Super. That's really, really good. Well, with 2 French dip sandwiches behind my belt, I'm bowl of tomato soup and a nice wedge of cake. I'm ready for a nap.
I don't got nothing else for you. You can't have this cake. Sorry.
So don't forget, please, the Old Guy Radio Players, my other channel. New episodes of the George and Pudgy Show. Please check them out. If you're not subscribed, please do. It's just a baby channel. We don't even have 30 subscribers yet, but that's okay. YouTube isn't really known for audio. It's known for videos. So having an audio theater on YouTube is out of the ordinary, I guess.
Jessica says you should try making your own Boston cream donut and white powdered donut. I'm actually having a white powdered donut right now.
Oh, I have made, custard filled donuts, cronuts, raised donuts, cake donuts, jelly donuts. You name it, I probably made it.
And then she says, "Oh boy, I'll be right back. My cat drew some blood. LOL.
Uh-oh.
He's on a mission today."
Yeah, cats can get pretty frisky. That is for sure. All right. I got a bite left. This is really good. Loving it.
Jessica says, "I'll watch no matter what you do. If it's audio, video, doing some raps with Snoop Dogg."
Okay, cool. Well, if that's the case, then definitely check out some George and Pudgy. There are different stories. The amount of episodes that it takes per story is different for each one. If you go to the Old Guy Radio Players, great, Miss Old Guy's going to throw a link up. And you go there to the homepage, hit the videos button, and then click the oldest. It'll put them in order. The first 3 episodes are A Pie in the Sky. Then the next 7 episodes are A Hunting We Will Go. And the current series is up to number 5, which is the world tour. Wow.
Old Guy Radio
Players. Oh, if you're looking.
Yeah, that's why it's not popping up. It's like, well, it should be popping up before now.
Yeah, it's the Old Guy Radio Players. And you'll see it's a green background with an old radio for the avatar there, or profile pic or whatever. I hope you check it out, and I hope you enjoy them. I've got a really good cast of people that have really brought it to life. So I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoyed making them. Writing the script, getting the people together, directing, doing the editing, all the production. It's been a real work of passion. I really like doing it. And there is another, for those of you that haven't known or haven't heard lately, but a new show, which would be a Western drama. Its title is Myers Crossing. And that one is ready for production. I just need to finish getting my crew together. And the cast for that, I'm not going to have all of the same cast for that show as I do for George and Pudgy. It's a smaller cast as far as number of people. The Myers Crossing is substantially larger. So henceforth, it's been a lot more of a project. It's 2 years in the making thus far. So.
Joshua says, I was subscribed to your radio channel, went to look, and I was unsubscribed for some reason.
Oh, that's too bad. Sometimes YouTube will do that. They'll unsubscribe you if they think you just, subscribed at it, for really no reason. If you leave a comment, that'll definitely help cement the subscription, and it'll also help with the algorithms a little bit if you watch a couple of episodes and leave some comments. That's kind of how that rolls. I will say that the first 3 episodes, A Pie in the Sky, were my maiden voyage, I suppose, into writing that kind of script and doing all the editing and so forth. And so I've kind of been learning as I go. And I think the production quality has been getting better as time goes by. So by the time you get to the world tour, I think it's a lot better than it was to start. Not that the start was bad by any means. And before, see, what did I do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. See, no, this old guy has these beautiful cake plates that match the platter that the cake is on. And she asked me before the stream, oh, do you want to use these cake plates? And I'm like, oh, sure, yeah, let's use them. And I didn't use them. I think I'm going to be in trouble, but oh well, it won't be the last time. All right, so we drew for next week, which is, boy, let me see if I can remember. Strawberry cream cheese pancakes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's next week, next Saturday. And did you give me the request from?
I did. I don't know what you did.
Okay, then if you gave it to me.
I think I seen you put it in there.
Yeah. If you gave it to me, it's in there. I remember looking at it now. All right. That'll happen because this is not meant for what it's being used for. Flip this around so I don't end up. No, I had it right to start with. Just so that this door opens towards me and not away. Easier to deal with. Right. Mix them around. Reach in and grab one. None fell out. Yay. That's a good thing. All right, so coming up in 2 weeks, what have we got? Woo! I don't know how I can do this one. Well, it's baby back ribs, and it's not that I can't do ribs. It's just that that is the main part of the meal, and there's no way I could cook it on the stream.
Yep.
There's just no way. I'd have to have the stream outside in order for that to work, and it's freezing cold outside. So as much as I hate to, I'm going to have to put this one back. And I'm going to draw again, and hopefully next time I draw it, the weather will be a little more permitting, but yeah, I'm not. There would be nothing for me to cook for you, dude, except for maybe a side dish. So
Jessica says, quick question, do you ever do your homework about watching Queso playing Minecraft? I promise you, you will be happy I told you about them.
okay, if you did, I don't remember, but that's all right. I've got mush for brains. I'm gonna draw another ticket here. Now watch, I just drew the same thing, I'll bet. Okay. No, this one he went ahead and threw a side with it, but I can't do that. So we got from Eli green chili burgers. So coming up in 2 weeks, green chili burgers, and I absolutely love to make my green chili. So yeah, that'll be fine. Don't know that I'll have enough time to make the green chili in its entirety on the stream, but we'll see. We'll see. It takes a while, of course, to make that. So coming up in 2 weeks. Oh, woo! Green chili.
Yum.
Next weekend, pancakes. And as always, I will make that from scratch. I'm not going to go buy a box of Crustix pancake mix, or what's the other brands out there? Aunt Jemima, I think one. Hungry Jack has one. I could, but I'm not going to. I'll just make the pancakes from scratch. It's not hard.
Jessica put a comment and then she
Deleted it?
retracted it. Yeah.
Retracted. I've done that. I've done that, man. I've retracted a few times. Carol, you guys want some cake? There's no way that Mrs. Olguy and I are going to eat that whole thing before it goes bad. There's not a chance in the world. Even if we eat, which we will, we'll eat a piece every night for dessert. But based on how big it is and how big the slices are, yeah, we'll share some with you if you want. If you don't, well, that's fine. I'll find somebody else that does. Which isn't hard. All my neighbors know that they could get a DoorDash driver from, just out of the blue. Get dropped off some food you didn't even have to pay for, so.
Jessica says, what I meant to say was that dish seems very spicy for me. I'm going to have to bring my own dish that week.
What, for the green chili? No. Don't, no, well, let me ask you this. Can you eat a popper? Jalapeno popper? Do you eat those? No, because it's not any hotter than one of those.
Yeah, it's not real hot.
No. I use
make it hot, but you don't usually.
Yeah, no, yeah. The peppers that I use are spicy, but they're not that hot. The hottest one I use is some serranos. They are hotter than a jalapeno, but I don't use enough of them to make it hotter than a jalapeno. They have a really nice flavor, so that's why I use them. So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy it. And if not, I'm sorry. I'll make you a little tomatillo sauce to go on it instead.
Tim says, I will take some cake, LOL.
Yeah, buddy, believe me, if you lived closer, I'd love to bring some over.
Carol said, thank you for the company.
Thank you for. Oh well, you're welcome. Thank
Do you
you.
want cake, Carol? She didn't answer your question.
Well, it's okay.
Tim wants it though, so we'll send it to him.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
mail it to him.
But yeah, please. There's no guarantee of how it'll turn up though. But if we ever make it out your way, Tim, we'll make a cake. Well, I don't know if we'll do that. We'll probably find other things to do, but.
Jessica says I can't eat anything spicy. Not that I don't like it. My mouth and taste. I don't like it. My mouth and taste. My tongue doesn't.
Oh yeah, well, sure, I understand. Some people have a lower tolerance than others. You know, that's okay. I mean, that's why there's so many different varieties of food. If everybody liked the same thing, it'd probably be pretty boring. So, you know, I'll tell you what I'll do. A good portion of the batch that I make doesn't concern any peppers, hot peppers anyway. Anaheim chilies, which are super mild, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, some tomatillos, that kind of stuff. So I can make a little bit for you to enjoy on your burger. So and it won't be too spicy.
Carol said freeze it, but of course I would love some.
I'm not going to freeze that cake. Why would I do that to an innocent cake? It's got good frosting and the cake is good. I mean, why would I punish it by putting it in the freezer? I'll probably bring it over in just one chunk, if that's all right with you, Carol. And you can cut it into however many slices, like one or two.
Carol says, come on over, Crazy Food Crew.
Yeah, we'd like that. That'd be great to see them. But unfortunately, Ohio, it's a bit of a drive.
It is.
It's yeah.
Jessica says, I'm definitely going to try it without because you're cooking it, but I can't promise that I'll be able to finish it unless you have tons of ice available.
Well, there's always lots of ice for your Coke, so, you know, or for anybody's drink for that matter. So if that's all that would be keeping you, there's plenty to have, but it's not, it won't be spicy. Not to put the batch that I'll pull out for you. You know, a child, a young child would be able to eat it and not burn and not be hot. So, heat hot, but not spicy. Not spicy hot. So, all right. We'll just roll with it like that for now, and we will see what happens. Yep. I was just thinking that out of all the things that I've made over these last 2 or 3 years on this live stream, I really think there was only one thing that we didn't like. Something that we'd never tried. I don't remember who requested it. It was miso, chicken miso soup. And I know there's different types of miso. And so it may be the fact that I had the wrong type of miso, or I didn't use it properly. It'd be like too much or something. But we did not like it at all. Not even a little bit. It was terrible. I think, as a matter of fact, I think after we had that stream that night, we went out and got fast food burgers somewhere.
I think we did.
Yep. Because it was not good.
Tim requested pistachio cake.
Pistachio cake. All right, write it down. I just happen to have probably 30 pounds of pistachios, so I could do that.
And Carol says, yes, please, did that not get sent?
Did what
It
not?
did.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
yes.
The cake, yes.
Jessica says, thank you, you're always looking out for me.
Hey, I try to. I try to watch out for all my friends and tend to their needs, you know, especially in the kitchen. Yep, especially in the kitchen.
And Carol says, that's wonderful, Tom. Or that's wonderful, Tom, anything.
No, well, you're welcome, and yeah, you're going to get probably the larger share of this cake since there's several of you at the house.
Yeah.
It'll get ate up. We'll keep, you know, probably about a quarter of that, and that'll be enough for a few days. Just, I mean, that's a big cake.
It is.
But it sure turned out good.
Yeah.
It's
that was
almost
really
like eating a Reese's cake. It was really good. Yep, peanut butter frosting, all of it. It was just right. Pat myself on the back for that one.
Jessica says, my nieces and nephews who are like 4 and 5 and 6 all like spicy stuff to get from their they get it from their father. Their father is what made me try spicy foods.
Well, no, I'm not going to try to, you know, to force you to eat it. You know, I'll make that smaller batch, take you a taste. If you think you like it, super. If you still think it's too spicy and too much, that's okay too. I'll just take what's left and I'll add it to the rest of the pot, and we'll, you know, life will go on. Oh blah dee blah da.
Crazy Food Crew, Tim says, who knows, the crew might load up in the bus and head out your way one day.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. There's a lot of neat stuff within like an hour drive or so.
Yep.
You know, like the Black Canyon of Colorado. You can Google that.
Black Canyon of the Gunnison?
Black Canyon of the Gunnison, but it's Colorado.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Where the river has such a steep angle to it that it just cut through the. Of course, I mean it took a long time, of course. But there's a couple of points where you can look down and it's more than a half a mile straight down.
Yep.
So when you when you see a river that looks about as wide as an egg noodle, it's a ways down there.
Carol wants to know what's miso.
I can't properly explain it because I'm not 100% sure. It's a paste that is used in Asian cooking. There's a couple of different kinds. There's a dark miso and a kind of a lighter or blonde sort of miso. I don't know how it's made. I really don't know much about it other than we didn't like what I made. So if it was made by somebody that knew what the heck they were doing, it might have been all right. I don't know. But I didn't like it, not at all. It was just a mouthful of flavor sensations that I've never had and hope to never have again.
Jessica says pistachio ice cream, that's my favorite.
I've never tried pistachio ice cream.
Scott's here.
Scott, welcome. We're just getting ready to kind of wrap it up.
He goes, I know I'm late at the tail, but I wanted to say hi.
Well, I'm glad you did. Thank you. I appreciate that. Next week we have strawberry cream cheese pancakes on the menu. And the week after that we have green chili burgers.
Yeah.
I can't say cheeseburgers because that's not what he said, but I can probably put cheese on it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Carol, we'll get you some cake down here pretty soon. In the meantime, folks, Give back in your community a little bit, okay? Especially, when you think about what's going on in California and how much help those people are going to need. Keep that in mind when you see a neighbor struggling carrying in groceries, or they need help with their lawn or just anything. All right, help out your neighbors, and I'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye.